Hi, this is Diana with quiltcrafts.com, and today we're going to talk about some of my favorite sewing notions, and especially if you're a person that likes to do hand quilting, that's something I know a lot about. So let's go ahead and start with, we got the needle first. And this is a favorite tool. It's the desk threader, and it's put out by Clover. And all you have to do is you take your needle, you drop it in upside down. Don't put your finger on the top of the point because that's going to hurt. And it's pretty nifty because I'm going to take some of my hand quilting thread here and I'm going to use the cutter that's on there. Now this is the part that's really cool, is when I push on this button, look at that. Isn't that amazing? And you think like, oh, okay, she's got her needle picked out and that sort of thing, and so of course it works. So let's go with, okay, there's one. Now, you know, you got that day and you want to thread a bunch of needles. So here we go. This is a different needle company. Don't know the brand or anything like that. Just pulled it out of my stash of needles. Different size. I like to use generally like a size 10, something I can grip onto. Put your thread back in there again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to push down on it. Whoa, look at that. Now I have noticed though, over the years of demonstrating the desk threader, that sometimes it works with embroidery needles, but basically this desk threader, this handy little threader, is basically better for small needles, and that's what it tells you on the package. It's for small-eyed needles. It's not really meant for the embroidery floss. And to let you know, this is also quilting thread, so it's a little thicker than your regular thread, so regular thread's going to go through there just fine. Okay, so now after we've threaded our needles, of course we're going to want to do, whoops, wait a minute, I gotta turn my light on here, in case you're wondering what this is. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. Now, to use this, I'm going to tie my knot here, and of course most of us know how to do this, but if you don't, this is a simple way to tie your knot for quilting, is you take your needle and the point, it goes straight up, and then you're going to take your thread and you're going to butt it up to the needle and you're just going to wrap it around. It's really easy. I do 3 or 4 times, and then we're going to pinch it between our thumb and index finger, and then we're going to pull the needle and it's going to go straight down. Now that's a way better knot than taking the old-fashioned method, you know, where you'd wrap it around your finger and you'd spit on it and then you'd pull it through. And so this is a really great knot. Okay, now of course we're going to have a thimble, and this is a nice thimble. This is great for the women that have the fat joints on their fingers. My fingers aren't there yet, but I can feel a little arthritis getting in there. And this is sort of a silicone type base, so this is stretchy, so then it doesn't feel tight on your fingers. It's not going to pinch you at your knuckle. But then look at this. It's got these great dimples on the top of it, so it's got the perfect of both worlds. It's nice. It doesn't snug your fingers too well, but it fits great. It feels good, and then it's got great dimples on it, so whenever you go to take your needle and you put that thimble right on top of there, it's going to rock it and it's going to just go just like that. So anyway, now that we've got our perfect thimble, we've done the needle threader, we've got everything going here, the next thing I want to talk about is lighting. This is my amazing pendant lamp, and this is a product that we make here at Quilt Crafts. And I know, you think like, oh gosh, I couldn't stand that thing hanging around my neck. But you know what? This thing weighs 7.5 ounces. I wish you were here to be able to pick it up, but you can see that it's lightweight. It's got an adjustable strap on it, so if you're bigger, smaller, we can just make the adjustments on it. And I do have the straps now coming out in purple, which is a really cool color. Let me move my hair again. And so then you have your light, you put it on, you adjust it, generally sits, right up above the top of your breast right here. And then the light shines right down on your work. And that is the best thing about it, because it doesn't matter which way I turn. If I turn this way, I turn this way. If you're sitting here and you're working and you're going to look over here, you notice my light goes with me. There's no glare on my project that I'm working on. The shadows are always behind your hand. So this light is good for if you're going to do your applique, you're going to do bead work, or just basic reading. My husband likes to look at coins a lot. He can sit there and get that light right underneath there and look at that coin. And it's It's just awesome. You know, people send me letters all the time. They send back the comment cards and they just say they love it because it truly works. And yes, it does have a true color daylight bulb in it, and the bulb replacement is only $6. So you don't have to think like, oh gosh, I got this product, now I got to get a bulb for it and it's going to cost me $25. No, it doesn't cost that. Not to mention, it lasts a long time. And I don't know if I mentioned, the shade's also adjustable too, so you can have it pointing down this way. If you're going to sit at the sewing machine, that's another great one. My girlfriend, who does a lot of paper piecing, always has her pendant lamp on at the sewing machine, so it shines directly on the light. So now let's get to the hand quilting part of it. This is a project I'd made a long time ago, but it's something I just put in the hoop here. And all I want to do is just basically show you the hand quilting stitch. And it's really pretty simple. For most of us, if we're trying to hand quilt on our own and we haven't seen the instructions or tried to follow a book or something like that, generally you always hold the needle like this with all your fingers and you're going like this. And you see how big that stitch is like that? Well, that's because we're holding the needle here with all of our fingers. But we don't do that. What's the point of having a thimble on if I'm holding the needle with my fingers and I'm not using my thimble? There's no point. So what we want to do is you stand the needle straight up. And the sole purpose for the dimples on these thimbles is to rock your needle, not to mention protect your finger from the needle itself. So anyway, you stand the needle straight up. I'm going to put my thimble right on top of it, and I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to put my thumb right in front. I'm going to give it a little push here, and then I'm going to stand it back up again and go straight down. I feel the point touch my finger underneath. I stop pushing the needle. You see, I'm not pushing. I'm just going to lay it down. I'm going to push it back up again. Oops, gonna get it going there. And then, that's a little big there, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and push it all the way through. I'm gonna pull on it. And then I know my knot's on top. It should be through the quilt, but we didn't start it out that way. So anyway, let's go over it again. You stand the needle straight up. You feel the point, touch your finger, and at this point, a big mistake that a lot of my quilt buddies make whenever they're learning how to hand quilt is as they take and lay that needle down, they take it and lay it down, and then they just give it a big old push. But you don't do that. I didn't say lay and push. I just said stand it straight up. You don't push anymore at that point because you felt the point on your finger underneath. Lay it down. Give it a little push here. Stand it back up. Feel the point. Lay it back down. Give it another little push. Stand it back up. And all you're doing, and when you hear them talk about the rocking motion, that's exactly what it is. Sometimes everybody thinks like, oh, the size of your needle makes small stitches, but it's really how long you push the needle as opposed to how big your stitches are going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and push that through one more time. And I'm going to do it one more time here just so everybody can see it again. I'm going to stand it up, feel the point. Notice I'm not holding on to it. The needle is completely controlled by the tip of my thimble. And then I'm going to put my thumb right in front. Yes, you do poke your thumb a little bit, but that's just the way it goes. And then see the points through there, and then I'm going to stand it up. I'm going to go down, I'm going to feel the point, I'm going to lay it down again, put my thumb in front, just give it a little push. You see the point? I'm not going to push on the thimble anymore because I'm going to go back, stand it up. I usually like to take about, 3 stitches at a time. I'm going to pull that thing through there, and that is it. And that's it for today, and got to come back or go to my website, www.quiltcrafts.com, where we have the notions, and you might as well go on and see my quilting frame that we also manufacture. The original folding frame. It's another nice product to hand quilt on also. Have a great day.